The first wave is approaching now. So the flag zombie signals the big wave coming up, and he managed to make it to the end for some reason without, you know, he made it to the tall nut. Usually the flag zombies go down soon, but this guy lasted for quite some time, and he was still trying to munch on our tall nut even after losing his head. So quite an unusual one, that guy. Let's start by planting a few garlics there. We'll take them towards the middle lanes. So we have one twin sunflower remaining, and we got that in. So now we'll try to plant a few more kernel pulls before we go in for the big cop cannon. So we have garlics in the corner lanes, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. The defense there should be fine with just two kernel pulls, and we'll turn at least the other two into big cop cannons to do massive damage. Okay, of course the vaulting zombies will go right over those guys. Can't stop them with garlics. They aren't interested in eating the first zombie which they meet, just the second one. Okay, a bungee is going to take away our tall nut unless our kernel pulls can destroy him, but he took it away. Luckily we had one in the spare, so we just planted him. Now I'm going to save some for the cop cannons. So our first cop cannon in place. Let's use it when the big wave comes in. Don't really need it for these enemies. Meanwhile, we'll try to plant another one there. First big wave is coming in. We'll plant this one at the corner. Okay. Boom. And we exploded the whole lot of them. This one should do it as well. Okay, but we are a bit late there. Okay, come on, we need some more because that bucket head is being quite difficult there. Let's wait for our guy to recharge. So he recharges, and we should be able to blow them off. Boom! It's like heat-seeking missiles. We can use them as much as we want, but the cooldown is a bit high, so we need to make sure we are not really abusing that. I think I did a mistake on that corner, upper corner lane. I should have planted one step behind. If we get enough sun, we'll try to fix that. This makes the game bit easier, having the cop cannon just blowing off all your enemies. And probably if I use the garlics in the corner lanes and just utilize the cop cannons to hit in the middle lanes, I can just cause destruction to all the zombies which are coming in. So just plant that guy there. So the final wave is coming in. We have 3 cop cannons locked and loaded. Okay, so there comes a bungee to take away our twin sunflower. Should be much of a problem. Okay, so we lost some big guns there. Okay, that guy landed right in the middle. Oops. So okay, unfortunately we could not fi- finish it off with a big ending 2 times in a row, because the first time as well I was planning to use the jalapeno for the final zombies but could not. This time the bungees landed one guy right in the middle after our tall nuts, so they just went down with the weak kernel pult attacks. But anyway, we won, so I think that's that. Okay, so we are in level 3 now of roof levels. So quite a good selection of plants, useful ones for sure. Tall nuts, pumpkins, and the cabbage pults. I'm not really a fan of cabbage pults because they do not have any exceptional qualities. The kernel pult is far better to use, but it's a roof plant, so can't complain. So Crazy Dave has finally got his act together and given us some better plants. Okay, the ladder zombie returns, a very very dangerous foe. The tall nut is not really very useful against him, thanks to his ability to just keep his ladder and walk right over tall nuts. So let's see what can we plant here. The magnet shroom of course would be useful, but do we have enough to just plant magnet shrooms. We also would need the coffee bean to make that magnet shroom. So is it really worth the hassle? Or should we just try something else? Let's go with the kernel pulse. This time I will not take the cop cannon, rather we'll go with the melon and Wilton melon combo. So let's try this one. So they're not as damaging as the cop cannon. They'll not turn your opponents to ashes, but the melons do heavy damage, and the winter melons do equally heavy damage and also slow enemies down. So quite a useful plant. So let's use this combo this time. We already have our defensive plants thanks to Crazy Dave, so I can do this. So hopefully they slow the ladder guys down enough for them to stop with the attacks. And if it comes down to it, we can replace the plants which have been affected, and the ladders just disappear. Okay, we only have 3 sets of pots this time, so we'll need to plant more. So we have 3 rows, 3 waves of zombies coming in. We need to defend against. The normal attack of the kernel pulse is not very strong, does not really do any kind of damage, nothing significant, but the other one where they throw the button not only slows down the zombie, it does quite a bit of damage as well. So I don't know what the exact ratio is of them doing the damage, but that is the one that you require. Okay, I was planning on using that last lane for the melons, but let's just keep that guy there for now until we get more sun, because right now we can't afford to just remove plants and just plant them as and when needed, because we are short on sun. And this early in the game that is bound to happen, but we'll replace him later. So we don't really have any ladder guys coming up at the moment, so that's a good sign. Just plant a few tall nuts. It will not defend against the ladders, but it will be good against the rest of them. We'll plant pumpkins in the next lane, you know, just to get an additional defense in case the first lane is compromised, courtesy of the ladder zombies. So we'll plant an additional lane. of defense. Okay, I really need to plant some more kernel pulse now, because these guys aren't going to last much longer. Okay, we lost one of our tall nuts. Okay, that was a bad. Oh, I accidentally planted that pumpkin there. Not very good. A big wave is approaching. We don't really have anything in terms of offense or defense in the front lines. Okay, we just. Okay, that's. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, we. That guy was needed there. Are we going to lose? Oof. Okay. We are in trouble on all fronts right now. Okay, so we just got rid of that flag zombie. Okay, we are on the defensive right now. Unfortunately, we could not put up much of an effort there. We'll have to get rid of our twin sunflower and plant something useful. Okay, that ladder guy planted his ladder there. Okay, so it's not going good for us at all right now. We just lost another plant. Hopefully we can get something. Okay, we had to get rid of quite a few of our twin sunflowers, which slowed down our sun production by quite a bit. Now we need to get back in the game. Okay, that was lucky. Okay. So we need to get a few of our sun producers back in the game, because if this continues, we are going to be in deep trouble. Okay. Really need more plants right now. More of the offensive plants. At least 2 in each row, and also the sun producers have disappeared as well. Oh boy, this level is not going right at all. Okay, and a big second wave is coming. We never managed to plant those big plants which we are planning to. Oh boy. So never managed to get any of the melons. We are going to plant them, but this level is not going right. Probably should have planted more of the corn pulse early in the game. Anyway, not much we can do about it right now. It's not that we will lose because we still have the roof cleaners supporting us up front, but oof, this is a disaster. So two rows of the kernel pulse are definitely much better than just one row. We'll now plant a few more rows and then probably we'll go for the melon pulse if we can for the third level. Right now it does not seem like we can do any of it. Okay, our that lane is compromised again. Okay, that big ladder guy is coming in. Okay, and he plants right over it. Quite the dilemma there. Oh boy, that did not go well for us at all. Huh. Not good, not good, not good at all. Okay. That ladder guy is coming there again. Okay, so they're struggling to keep afloat here. Oh boy. Okay. So unfortunately, We are in a pretty difficult position right now. Thanks to the ladder zombies, which are the bane of existence at the moment. Okay, we managed to kill that guy off, but we don't have any offensive plans, and the third big wave is coming. It's almost upon us. Oh boy. So the vault's right in. Okay, we are going to win this, but at the cost of nearly half of our lawnmowers. We'll try to fix where we can. We can still save these last 3 lanes. So we'll do that. Perhaps I underestimated how this would go. So maybe next time we can be okay. Wow, that was a bad level. We really struggled there. We need to pick it up because things are going to get more difficult from here on. Okay, so Crazy Dave has given us a cactus, not very useful in this level, the coffee bean, and a potato mine. So the coffee bean can be quite useful here considering what we are up against. Football zombie, the ladder zombie, the pogo stick zombie. So the magnet shroom is a real must here. You know, because after what we experienced in the last level, we really need this. So the magnet shroom is a must. We'll take that guy. We'll take the twin sunflowers. The kernel pult will have to make a return. And we'll probably go with, I don't know, let's go with the pumpkin because the magnet shrooms can make short work of the enemy, but we really need to, you know, get things going. And tall nuts will be difficult because they take up extra space. We can plant pumpkins around our vulnerable plants and get away with it. So let's start. Not the best team, but let's make do with what we can. In just 3 rows. Okay, four waves. Wow, we cannot afford what happened in the last level. We really need to pull it up right from the start. We do not have very powerful plants this time either, just the one offensive plant and the potato mine for fireworks. So we really need to pick it up this time. Okay, let's plant at least 2 rows of kernel pulls before we go in for any other plant. We'll also in tandem build a few twin sunflowers because there are 4 waves coming and we really need to up our sun production if we want to survive. Okay, so far so good. Okay, I'm going to put a magnet shroom right there inside the pumpkin. Then a coffee bean should wake it up. Okay, one more sunflower. We'll plant the pumpkin first. We need some more of those, but for now this should be enough. If they can take away most of the powerful enemies metallic objects, we should be good. But none of them turned up this time around. Okay, but the ladder guy did show up, so we're right on track there. Okay, so that ladder guy is really fast in his attacks, but at least he cannot go right through us thanks to our magnet shroom. So I believe 2 magnet shrooms should be enough to take care of things. But we do need more kernel pulls because we do not really have very powerful plants. So we need to spam them. and probably we can go for some potato mines up front. So we have a lane full of twin sunflowers, so that makes it a bit easier. Okay, there comes another ladder zombie, and he loses his ladder courtesy of our Magnus room. We'll plant a potato mine right in there, and the pogo stick guy should lose his pogo stick too. So those potato mines will act like traps. They'll keep the zombies right where we want them, and once they have taken out the pumpkin, just blow up. Boom. So we can think about planting some more of those now. So let's get planting. I'm going to try and plant some more of those kernel pulls just as bait. They aren't going to really last much, but since we have extra sun, I guess why not? Just to slow things down a bit. Okay, so oh man, that was fantastic. So that potato mine just blew the heck out of that ladder guy once it started to climb. So it was like a trap set for him. So this level is definitely going better than the last level thanks to our Magnus rooms. It would have been much more difficult if we did not have Magnus rooms right there. So the third wave is approaching now. We've nearly filled things up. So the football zombies seems to not be in range yet. Okay, now they are. We got a plant for our Zen garden. Oh. That pogo stick zombie went right through because the magnet shrooms had, something. Okay, so maybe we need a third one there. Okay, and even the third one is busy. Should we plant another row of them? Okay, okay, we really need more of them. Maybe in the fifth lane as well. Keep all of them busy. Okay, so now we have magnet rooms in all five lanes. That should be enough. I mean, after that, it really does not make sense to make any more magnet rooms. Okay, so just managed to lose a potato mine. So the final wave is here. This level went so much easier than the last one, but of course we did have a stronger strategy this time. Okay, we found two plants for the Zen garden, so this level was quite productive, at least in those terms. Hopefully the potato mine can take care of that guy. Yep, finally we got the big explosive finish that we were waiting for from the past few levels. Okay, how do we close this ad? Okay, so we are at level 5 now, which means another mini game. Because every 5 levels we have mini games. So let's see what this one holds. Okay, another ad. Okay, talking about Zen Garden. Time to defend your house. Ah, it's that one with the bungee zombies. Oh, oh. So, loads of bungee zombies and and a conveyor belt level. So we need to make sure to plant as many as possible. Is it just going to be pots and pumpkins and cherry bombs? But do we want to use cherry bombs right now? No, the chomper is better. Need more pots. I do not want to use all of my cherry bombs right now. Save them for the big waves. Oh my gosh. But I think we'll have to use them. Hello, Master Guer. How are you? Oh boy. So we have chompers in every lane. So hopefully we can. Okay, I think I should just plant some towards the behind because does not look like we'll be seeing many other plants. It's just the chompers and the cherry bombs and the pots that are showing up. So probably plant a few towards the backside. Of course, if there are bungees showing up, I should also try to keep a few pots in spare because if we are going to use the cherry bombs, we'll need them eventually. So let's just keep a few pots and use what we have. Okay, the huge wave is approaching. So now is the right time to plant a few cherry bombs. Oops. Okay, my timing was a bit bad. Oh no, that wasn't very good. Okay, not good at all. Okay, so this is the correct place to plant a cherry bomb, and those guys go boom. The army seems to be growing now. Okay, so we have more plants now. Chompers everywhere. Okay, we need some more pumpkins now. Really need more pumpkins. Okay, so we have three full lanes of chompers and two remaining on the fourth lane. Oh, the bungees are making a dive for it, and we lost a whole bunch of them zombies. Oh, we missed the the bucket head. Okay, so we took care of that one there. So rather not keep those ladder guys. Makes it easier for the enemies. So let's wait for it. Now we should be able to take all of them out. So the cherry bombs also blow up the ladder, so they become quite useful there. Okay, we are losing quite a few of our chompers, but overall we are in a pretty strong position at the moment. Okay, I wish I had taken care of that ladder zombie though, but this one does not miss. Okay, now we need a few more pots if we want to take care of that big, huge, humongous lot of zombies that are approaching us right now. Okay, we blew apart an entire army. The final wave is approaching. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What have we gotten ourselves into? Okay, we need a pot fast. Oh, oh, oh. Goodness gracious. Hopefully we can blow them off. Yes. Another big explosion, another victory. Okay, let's go to level 6. So the catapult zombie makes an entrance here. Nasty, that one. So we'll see the catapult zombie in action here, and I think let's hopefully we can bring the melon pult into action. Okay, so Crazy Dave apparently read our mind. He gave us a pot and a melon pult. So thank you, Crazy Dave. Finally, some sense. The star fruit is not really useful, but I think 2 out of 3 is good. So the winter melon is going to be useful here. We'll take the kernel pult. And the pumpkins. Okay. We don't really need the cop cannon with the winter melons here. Just take an imitation pumpkin because those are going to be quite handy. No bungee zombies, no Walters, no metallic zombies, so don't really need the tall nuts. But to beat those nasty catapults, we definitely need the melons. So we'll go with those. Let's start. Sun production starts off slow. So we have 3 waves this time. So hopefully we can get the melon pulls on road this time. One row should be enough. don't really need many of them. Probably try to get the melon pulse up and running by the time the second wave rolls in. The first wave will just make do with our kernel pulse. Because we'll need another row of them, because just one row wouldn't be enough to hold off an entire wave. And also need the pumpkins. Okay, so far nothing out of the ordinary. We have largely managed to take out all the zombies. None of the tricky ones have showed up as of yet. So we'll try to plant more of the pumpkins along with the imitators. If we can get enough of them before the first wave sets in, we'll have a easier time. Okay, the first wave is almost here. So we really need to get some more pumpkins in place. Okay, the flag zombie approaches. Okay, so we have pumpkins at least for the first row. We can plant more of them, of course. But let's go for the twin sunflowers and start planting a few melons in the middle lanes. Now that we have our basic offense and defense set up. Could of course go for more cabbage pulls, but we don't have them. But we can go for some kernel pulls, but right now I want to get the melons rolling. So okay, there's the catapult in the first lane, so probably we'll want to get the oh, okay, the pumpkin could not really save that sunflower. thought would get it done because the catapult usually attacks the last opponent. Our melon pulse have used us at the moment because they attack only if there is someone in the same row, and we are about to lose another. Okay, unfortunately all the catapults are in the same lanes where we have no melon pulse at all. Too bad. So let's plant some of our sunflowers. We lost quite a few of them. Okay, we did not have any melons in that middle lane. Why does this keep happening? Okay, luckily this time the catapult landed in a lane where we have melons, so it's fine. The middle lane is basically empty, which is good. Okay, now we can go ahead and go for that big. Yes, should we go for it? Yes, why not? So finally we have an extremely powerful winter melon at our disposal, and along with the kernel pulse slowing properties and these I'm sorry, the kernel pulse freezing properties I should say, and the slowing properties of the winter melon, we have an extremely powerful team. Oh boy. So the catapult basically ignores the defenses. As you could see, there was no effect of the pumpkin really, it was still attacking our sunflower. Luckily we have the winter melon now in that lane, so it really cannot do much. Final wave is approaching. Hopefully we can get a couple of winter melons more. Okay. So winter melons are hitting in the right spots. The cooldown though is extremely slow. So we won without much difficulty. Okay, so level 7 we get a pot, which is good. We get a split pea, which is not very useful, and a snow pea, which is not very useful either. Come on, Crazy Dave, give us better plants. So at least we got the pot, so we don't need to worry about that. Kill ladder zombies, make a return. Oof. Okay, kernel pulls are a must. We'll try again the combo of the winter melon. The melons are really needed if we hope to combat the catapult. Otherwise we need to go with the cop cannons. But anyway, the magnet room is basically useless because it will be sleeping. And should we go with the cop cannon instead of the melon combos and take the magnets instead? But then we are basically defenseless because we don't really have defensive plans. Okay, no, let's just take the pumpkin. Yeah, I think this team works. Let's try it. So how many waves are we talking about this time? 3 waves. Okay. So I think we'll have enough time to plant all the winter melons this time. If we can manage to get through the first waves, I think our task becomes easier. Oh, okay, that zombie almost got right to us. Okay, we need more kernel pulse. So we'll reserve that last lane, the last column just for the melons, because we are really going to need them in this level, because we have catapults and hopefully they can take care of the large zombies as well for us. Okay, so far nothing very difficult, but things are bound to start speeding up soon. We'll start planting a few pumpkins up there. Okay, so the first wave is here. Hopefully, you can build some good defenses. We have just the two pumpkins right now. If the ladder zombie shows up, that won't be very useful. Okay, I think it's time we started planting a few melons because you can see that ladder guy is approaching. Okay, he loses his head, but he still managed to use his ladder. Uh, wonders. These zombies amaze me sometimes. Okay, so we have 4 twin sunflowers and we have planted our first melon. And there is our second. Okay, we need a melon in that lane, in that final lane. Because I don't think our cabbage pulls. Okay, I'm sorry, the kernel pulls. They stopped them right in time. Wow. Ooh, the bungee is taking away our melon pult. Ah, that's not good at all. So the melon pults are quite expensive, and to lose them that way, not good. Okay, we are also going to lose a twin sunflower. Nothing much that I can do about it, anyways. But oh, okay, he climbs right over that. He just replaced that pumpkin because it was useless at the moment. Okay, so we replaced the twin sunflower which we lost. So I'll keep this guy alive to buy time for the big wave. Hopefully we can get under melon pult in time. Yep, we have 5 melon pults now. and they are doing area damage. So at least 3 lanes are getting beaten with every hit. Okay, we lost a kernel pult, but we replaced him almost immediately. We now have a winter melon. Hopefully we can build enough by the time third wave rolls in. Okay, R, yeah, please take him away. So for a change, he's taking away something that holds no purpose anymore. Oh, he did not take him away. We managed to knock him out before he ever reached. Okay, we are losing our twin sunflower, looks like it. Oh my gosh, we are losing our winter melon. That's bad, very bad. Uh, so these guys are definitely irritating. We lost quite a few of our plants, including some very expensive ones. No point in giving a step ladder for oncoming enemies. Okay, so we not really managed to improve on our winter melons here because we lost quite a few of them to bungee zombies. The bungees are really making a beeline for our sunflowers. Okay, at least this time they take a kernel pult. I don't really mind that. It's when they go for my more stronger plants that I become really unhappy. Okay, boom. So we have only 2 winter melons right now. Hopefully we can get more soon. So can we get a few more winter melons before the final wave rolls on? Guess we'll have to find out. We don't really have any winter melons in the third lane and the fourth lane. So the guys from the other lanes are starting to pitch in. But if there are no enemies in their own lane, they cannot really attack. So the final wave is rolling in. Just the middle lane that is missing a winter melon. Hopefully we can. Okay, now that's no longer the case. Oh boy. So we just lost a winter melon. Okay, but at least we won the level. Okay, so that was fun. Okay, so we have the regular zombies, the coneheads, and a freaking Gargantor. Crazy Dave gives us a marigold again, which is useless. He gives us a potato mine, which is somewhat useful, and then of course the sunflower, which is good. I think we'll have to bring out the corp cannons this time. We'll take the twin sunflower and the pot, a regular kernel pult. Defense are basically useless against the Gargantors. He could, of course, we could, spike rocks would have been useful, but we cannot really take it in this level. So, the corp cannons, we'll take those. And let's just forego defense altogether and get the big melons rolling in. Or we'll probably just stick to the uh, kernel pulse and the corp cannons because we really do not need to slow down anybody. The Gargantor is not very fast in itself, and a few kernel pulls can butter him up well. So let's just take the pumpkins for the coneheads, and we can take the imitation pumpkins as well. Let's go with this. Probably in the next level where there will be more Gargantors and more powerful enemies, we can try and use what we had decided this time. So there's 3 waves of enemies. Start planting as many kernel pearls as we can, and then go for the corp cannons when we get a chance for it. Okay, 3 butters in a row, that was good. I think the Gargantos should start showing up towards the second waves. So need to, you know, push for a corp cannon, at least one of them, until that time. So we have one twin sunflower ready. We need to get more of those twin sunflowers. We want to build up fast. Okay. So 2 rows of kernel pulse should be able to get us through the first wave at least. We now just need to plant a few pumpkins up front. The pumpkins won't do anything against the Gargantors. They are just one hit knockout for the Gargantors, but against the coneheads and the regular zombies, they provide a sturdy defense. And you can also plant other plants within them, so it is of dual use. Right now I'm not going to really plant anything inside that, just for defense for now. So the first wave is approaching. It should be right after this we get rid of this zombie. Okay, now we should really start planting more of the kernel pulse. We need to get enough of these critters in before the Gargantor shows up. Can't rely on cop cannons alone. We need to have the normal damaging zombies because the cop cannons take time to load. So just going to build up some more, just one more row of the kernel pulse, and then we can start saving up for cop cannons. We leave the pumpkins empty for now, at least until we have built 2 cop cannons. We have a whole row of twin sunflowers, so that helps in the sun production. Okay, the Gargantor is already here. Oh my gosh. Hopefully the kernel pulse can stop him for some time. Okay, so we need 500 sun now for a cop cannon. Luckily our kernel pulse have been able to stop him in his tracks, so far at least, and they have not been able to do much of damage to him. You can see he has not yet thrown his imp, so that means he's fairly strong. And unless we get the cop cannon to really do a big number on him, that's going to stay that way. Okay, he throws his imp in finally. Okay, so here he goes. He blows up our pumpkin right there. Okay, but that imp is causing us trouble, lots of it. But yes, the cop cannon managed to smoke that Gargantor along with a couple of his friends completely. So I think we can build at least one more. It should be fine. I think we may see a Gargantor in this wave as well. Or not. Okay. So we smoked those completely. So another wave of opponents taken out. So massive explosions courtesy of the cop cannons. Okay, it's strange that the Gargantor showed up so soon after the first wave and he has not yet showed up after the second wave is over. I wasn't really expecting the Gargantor to show up so soon. The cop cannons make easy meat out of our opponents. We should start planting a few more of the kernel pulse because we have ample of sun and the cop cannons have some decent loading times. Okay, a Gargantor is here. It did some damage, but not much. Okay, we just lost a plant there. So I think we need to take care of that imp now. Yeah, just for an imp, but that imp was causing a lot of trouble. We have another Gargantor out there in the shadows. So we'll give him the double beat as soon as he enters. Okay, I wonder why my okay DEFCON 5. So we have 5 cop cannons right now. And we have a whole bunch of okay. So we'll smoke that imp and we'll smoke those guys as well, and we'll take care of this guy as well. Boom. So 5 corp cannons. Wow. Short work of even the Gargantors. Now we enter into a very very difficult level. Mahmoud can BNC. Hi. Thanks for watching. Let's Mahmoud can BNC. Thanks for watching. Hi to you as well. Oh boy. So Crazy Dave chooses the correct time to screw us up. Look at what we have. So Zombos has sent his powerful big guns right before the big showdown. So we have Gargantors, Jack in the Boxes, Bucket Heads, Ladder Zombies, Bungee Zombies, and Coneheads as along with the regular ones. Okay. Oh boy. This is going to be one tough battle. So let's try to do it as well as possible. And Crazy Dave's plans are not helping very much. So we don't really need the cherry bomb anymore thanks to the cop cannons. Repeaters are not as useful on the roofs. Squashes can be used, but okay. Oof. So we'll go with the kernel pulse, and I think we'll have to go cop cannons again because I really want one defensive plant now because Crazy Dave did not really give us anything. Not that it's going to be very useful considering that we have ladder zombies, but at least some a semblance of some basic defense is what we can have. Or maybe we should just go with the melons because oh boy, just try this out because the melons don't need to really lock and load themselves, so probably this will work out better for us instead of the cop cannons which take 500 sun. Considering there are bungee zombies here, we are going to be losing a lot of them, and I do not really want to lose a cop cannon because then growing them back up would be a headache. So let's do it this way. Let's see how it works. Okay, 4 waves of zombies including the Gargantor among others. Wow. This is going to be a crazy difficult level, and I believe Dr. Zombos after this will be upgraded. Considering that this is adventure mode 2 and all, everything else has been much more tougher. I don't see why that will not happen. We may face a more powerful Zomboss this time. So we do not have any defensive plans. Hopefully our offenses make up for it. Okay. We need another kernel pult on that lane. Okay, keep buttering him up because this is going to be quite difficult to defeat this guy. Oh no. Okay, thankfully. Uh, so we really need to speed up our sun production because that is going to be the key to win this level. Need to start planting melons before the second wave rolls in. We immediately after the first wave, because we are going to see some really tough plants and zombies. Okay, now we need to go in for the melon production because I don't really believe that our kernel pulse will be able to hold up against whatever is coming in the first wave. We already are seeing the bucket heads showing up, so we need to get the melons in place. So even the melons are not really that powerful on their own. Okay, the catapult shows up there. So we really need to slow them down. Okay. Oh, we lost. Okay, we lost a twin sunflower. We are about to lose that sunflower. We need to get a melon up there. Oh, the creepy Jack in the Box shows up. Luckily, explodes before he reaches us. Okay, the bungee shows up now. Oh boy. This level is getting very, very tricky. Jack in the Boxes. That music really creeps me out. Oh my gosh. Under bungee. Okay, and unfortunately this time it's a ladder zombie. Okay, we are losing a twin sunflower and a melon. That's not good at all. Okay, not much we can do about it anyways. We just planted that melon pult and we lost it. But our sun production has gone up quite a bit. But somebody needs to slow that guy down, or this is going to destroy everything. So we have a big wave approaching and we have 4 melons. We need 5, but we have 4 at the moment. Hopefully there are no gargantors that show up. Okay, and again the bungee strike. But at least we have melons now in every lane. So now we need to upgrade them to winter melons and hope the bungees do not, steal them away. So those freaking bungees taking everything away. Okay, so our first winter melon is planted now. Like, hopefully it stays there and not stolen away. Okay, a big catapult comes in. Okay, and we lose another kernel pult and we are going to lose another one now. I don't mind losing the kernel pults as long as our melons are not taken away. Okay, there comes the big gargantor. And now we should start planting some more kernel pults because the cooldown of the melons is quite high anyways. So we can get some extra offense. Luckily it's in the lane where we have the winter melon, so that does have its benefits. Okay, now we have room for a winter melon, so we should plant it right there. The gargantor goes down very, very slowly, thanks to being slowed down by the winter melon. We need a few more of those. can get a couple of more winter melons. I think we are set. We need one now in the third lane because the winter melon at both corners are going to stop attacking because there are no other zombies in their lanes. Okay, some do show up, so start slowing them down again, but we need one